alright? This fucking anti-immigrant thing, it's getting out of hand, isn't it? All these people hating immigrants instead of the billionaires. What's that all about, man? The billionaires control everything. They own everything. They exist on another fucking plane to us, man. Another level in society. Above the rest of us. Above the politicians. These super capitalists are just godlike. They're godlike. They're so powerful. And yet, lots of people are hating the poorest instead. The poorest, the people at the fucking bottom, who are just coming over in dinghies, risking their lives and fucking desperate for a slightly better life than the shitty one they've had in their own country. You know, the billionaires should be your fucking focus, not immigrants, not poor people, the rich and powerful. Why isn't everyone pissed off with the billionaires? Why is so many people pissed off with the poor instead of the super rich? Why? It doesn't make any sense. The rich and powerful are does what it says on the fucking tin. Rich and powerful. They've got power over you. Why would you hate poor immigrants instead? It's backward. It doesn't make any sense at all. Until you factor in the power that the billionaires have to control your mind, to plant opinions in your head. This is what's going on. The billionaires don't just control society. They don't just control the wealth. They don't just have all the fucking power and control the government. They also control the means of disseminating ideas. They control the means to spread information or misinformation and dictate people's views. And this is what's happening. And why is it happening? Because the billionaires want to remain billionaires. In fact, they want even more riches. They want to get more fucking billions. They want to be richer. Because they're insatiable. They'll never have enough money. They're driven by greed, and it doesn't matter what they get, how much they get, they'll want more. Because they're scumbags. They've got no morals. They've got no fucking empathy. They've got no loyalty to the poor majority. They don't give a fuck about the poor majority. They don't give a fuck about you or me. So, to stay in power, to stay super rich, they've got to keep our heads full of shite. They've got to keep spreading this bullshit, keep putting this false information in our heads about immigrants. Because while we're hating immigrants, we're not hating the billionaires who control everything, who own everything, who rob us blind every day, who want to take away our NHS. We're not focusing on them while we're focusing on the immigrants. So this is why the billionaires spread this shite. This is why it's in people's heads. This is why so many people are talking so much shit about immigrants and not giving a fuck about the billionaires. They're being manipulated by the billionaires. And they can't see it. They can't fucking see it. They've swallowed that much crap, that much propaganda, that they can't fucking see why that propaganda. They don't even see it as propaganda. They think it's true. They think it's all correct. Blind as fucking bats. Blind. We need an awakening in this country. We need a political awakening. I mean, there is a lot of political intelligence out there, a lot of awareness. You're going to see that with the rise of this new left-wing party that stands up for the majority, the oppressed, the poor, the working class. You're going to see that with this new party. There is a lot of people in this country that do understand what's going on, but there's also a lot that they don't understand. And we've got to help them understand, because if we don't, if this backwardness wins, if this hatred for minorities wins, we're going to end up with the worst possible society. The worst. And we'll all suffer because of that. Nobody should want that, man. I know the blind people, the ignorant people, they don't understand what they're creating. They don't understand the shitty path that they could take us all down. We've got to make them understand. We've got to, educate people, make them more aware, bring them round to the idea of a progressive society, of, fairer wealth distribution, peace instead of war, looking after each other instead of dog eat dog, stopping climate change instead of fucking ruining the fucking environment we rely on for our fucking survival. Fairness, respect, peace. These things are important, surely important to everyone. If they're not important to you, well, what's wrong with you? But yeah, billionaires. Focus on the billionaires. They're the ones who own everything, control everything, and dictate your life. Forget immigrants. They're just like you and me, poor people. Anyway, take care. See you in the next one. Solidarity.